Hello, fellow duelists. This is Shadow of the Moon, and welcome to another Blackwing deck profile variant. And this week, we're going to be showcasing the Fiendsmith Blackwing. So, when this deck came out, when Fiendsmith came out, it was a lot of people were not, and they were very inclined to not want to give this deck a chance or give the variant a chance because of it not really working too well with Blackwings. I mean, you have two engines, which usually have an engine that's good and works well with the other one quite well, kind of like Bestials do. Unfortunately, this variant did not. However, I did include, and I feel like I did make a very competitive version of this deck. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight on into it. So the first is going to be the standard 3 Simoon. These are your standard cards in the deck. Always have 3 Simoons. In this build, obviously, you're going to still have 3 Sudris. You got to have your 3 Sudris. I'm also going to be playing 3 Shamals. So you've got 3 Shamals in this build. This is a very good card. Instead of using Gale or Kunai and all that, I'm just going to be using the Shamals because we're not focusing on level manipulation as much. And then we've got 3 Vatas. So you've got 3 Vatas right here. These are actually really good. So you've got 3 standards, all of the one-ofs. And then you're going to be having Zonda, which Zonda is good no matter what. This can become a 1-card combo along with Sudri, if you don't have anything else. Zephyros the Elite, very good card. Hammerton, Sharnga, and Chinook, as well as the Searcher is Assault Synchron. And now for the spells and traps, we've got 2 black whirlwinds and 1 black feather whirlwind. This is all you're going to need in this build. This is pretty much standard. This is all you ever need in any Blackwing builds. If you wanted to add another black feather whirlwind or another black whirlwind, that is something that you could do, but it works really well with the ratios that I have for that. And then we've got 3 small worlds. Obviously, you got to have the 3 small worlds. This helps kind of dig into your deck and search. It also has Assault Synchron as the bridge. That will help you go into your other Blackwing cards that you need for your opening hand. And then for the Fiendsmith engine. So, you've got 3 Fiendsmith Engraver that was just released in the new Quarter Century Stampede. Really good. Fantastic. Love that they reprinted this. So you've got 3 of the Fiendsmith Engravers. And what you're going to be doing for this build is you're going to be using this card first. You're going to discard it to add Fiendsmith Tract. And then you're going to keep Fiendsmith Tract in your hand for a certain number of combos until you feel like you're able to play this. And then from there, you're going to be able to search for Luria. And Luria is going to be used to be... you're not going to discard it. You're going to mostly search for Fiendsmith Engraver. And Fiendsmith Engraver is going to... once it's in the graveyard, it can be special summoned, and this is a good way to kind of turbo out Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel is very valuable in this deck. It's actually more valuable than in the other builds because it's a lot easier to bring out. Also, because you're using a light and dark monster, your synchro monsters that you're using for the field are unaffected by your opponent's monster effects. And then for the hand trap lineup, which, like I've always said before, hand traps can be consistent. They can vary. So Droll, pretend these are Ash. You've got Ghost Ogre. I mean, these are all variants. You can use whatever you want. And then I'm using the Bestial engine for this build because I'd like to have some more level 6s. And Bestial still can be good against Blue Eyes decks, which there tends to be quite a bit of those. I'm serious. Like, I feel like I run into Blue Eyes decks more than anything else. All right, so that's going to be it for the main deck. Now let's move on to the extra deck. So 2 copies of Blackwing Assault Dragon. These are, I would love to put a 3rd one in here. If you wanted to knock out some of the cards in here, you could, and I will be showing you 2 Blackwing Dragons. You've got your Full Armor Master, you've got your Notham the Starlight, and you've got your copy of Boreas Storm the Wicked Wind, and that is your Blackwing lineup for the deck. As well as the non-Blackwings, you got Dispatter, you've got Chaos Angel, and you got Draco Berserker. These are your non-Blackwing Synchro monsters. Very powerful, very good in this build. And then for the fusion, I'm actually playing Desiree. Desiree actually works really well with this deck. If you don't have Simoon and you're not using Simoon and you're using Sudri, you can effectively go into this, which will give you 2 face-up negate, which is basically double Red Hot Archfiend Abyss, and is a little bit more difficult to go into because you're going to use this. You're going to go into using Fiendsmith Requiem, then you're going to go into Sequence. Sequence is going to attach to a Fiendsmith recommend whatever, and then you're going to use this. You're going to attach a sequence to this card, and sequence is going to get that effect when it gets attached because you'll be able to target 2 times using from sequence, so it still works quite well. And then for the links, we've got SP Little Knight, you've got Strix, you've got sequence, and then you got the engraver. So these are the cards that are going to be in the deck. If you wanted to cut out sequence and you wanted to cut out sequence in that and then add 2 other cards, you could. You could add 3rd Blackwing Assault Dragon, you could add Gen X Val, or Gen X Return 0, you could add a Exceed Moss, you could, whatever you would choose to do, you totally can do that. I'm just using it for this build because I actually did want to try out using the Desiree and then the build, and I've tested it on Lego Pro and everything, and I've actually tested on Master Duel, and it actually works quite well. So, alright, so that's going to be it for the deck profile. I hope you guys all enjoy this. I'm enjoying doing a lot of these videos to be able to showcase all of the decks that I have and all the different Blackwing variants, because Blackwings are, you know, my favorite deck of all time, so I like being able to showcase different variants for everybody here, because, you know, Blackwings can be played in a certain number of ways, and that's what makes Blackwing such a good deck, is that you have different options available. You don't always have to play, you know, the standard Blackwing board. You can kind of, you know, pivot and go into something else. So, alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next video that I'm going to be posting on the Blackwings is actually going to be me and Dolphy are going to be going on vacation, so we're actually going to be going to a hotel, and I'm going to be doing a deck profile and some booster pack unboxings at the hotel, and I will be uploading those videos, so stick tuned for that. Alright, so with that, I'll see you guys next time. Later.